Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast Parenting Diaries. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Mrs. Lindsay George. Lindsay is a research scholar and also an assistant professor in the Mumbai University. The reason she's here today with us is because she's brought up beautiful two children, son and a daughter, not only good in academics but also great human values. Her son today is working in Coca-Cola at US. He's a PhD holder in mechanics and electronics. And her daughter is a LLM rank holder. She's practicing law as well as a great educator. So let's hear from Lindsay how she was able to successfully do parenting of these two children along with ensuring the human values are inculcated. Welcoming. Hi, Lindsay. So I'm so happy that you are there in our platform. Today, we are going to have a lovely discussion with you to understand what is your parenting journey and how we can inspire many parents from yours.
Thank you,
All
Teresa,
right.
for inviting me for just for a discussion. And you want to me know what is my experience while I was parenting my children. Still, I am a parent, not parenting, because they are bigger children now. Okay.
Right.
Experience was see nowadays the parenting courses are there, counselings are there, but in my time there was no as such parenting courses, counseling, training, nothing. So whatever experience we got it from our parents, or we have seen other parents, oh, this is the way we have to look after our children, training we have to give, this is the way, like that only we got children. Some good things were there, some fault also happened. But anyway, now God's grace, we are doing good. So thanks to God. That's it.
Yeah. So, with that ups and downs which every parent has in their journey, but still we have some nuggets of wisdom which we can share. So, when we start, the first thing I would like to know is from you, Lindsay, that, okay. So, the first question which I want to ask you, Lindsay, is that what is that one thing or quality or talent in your children which you are proud to call about? Can you share that?
Yeah, I don't think it's a talent. I try to imbibe to my children some moral values that I believe my focus to make them to be good human beings. Okay, I didn't focus much about for the education. Education is, of course, it's needed, but same time I was focusing for to make them a good human being. And whenever we go out and all that, we do a lot of social work, charity works and all that. We take them with us, and they also involve in job. Also serve the children, like the people are needy, and especially this Christmas time to give the bed sheets and all that. Those who are sleeping on the street and all that. No? So children, they got that value, and taking care of others.
Very
All
good.
these vibe to them. So still, but still they are doing that. That
Okay.
I'm
All right. Okay. So today you see them still doing that? What you have inculcated in them in the childhood? If you can
of
share
course.
some experiences around that.
Yeah. So for my daughter, but one of her friends' father was sick in hospital and shortage of money, and she was collecting money for his friend. And even she asked me some way you can help me. So she collected some amount and they put the bill.
Wow,
And
that's
one other
nice.
incident, one of her friends, she passed away. And every day she used to go to their house for some days to their parents. And even still, the time they go there, they sit like that. So that is the good experience. So I'm happy. So they know the pain of others
That's great. That's
and
very great.
somebody's pain. See, nowadays what happened? Everyone is there to share the happiness, but sometimes it's needed, no, to share the pain also.
Very true. Very true. And that's a beautiful thing what you're doing. I think such human values is missing in many of the generation today. But great that you could inculcate in that. Okay. So, Lindsay, the first question I would like to ask is what is that one talent or quality or value which you have seen in your children and you're proud about?
All the character, all the behavior, I like it. After all, they are my children. But mostly I see them, they are very kind to everyone. Kind, and they take care of others. They know the pain of others. I didn't focus much about for the education. So when they were small, when they were growing, I was thinking like, no, my children should be good human being. So still they are a good human being. But that time, some ups and downs were there because we didn't attend any parent class, like, the motivation classes and all that. Now this new generation, they are getting a chance to attend many parenting classes, workshops. Many books are available, but in my time it was not available, and I was not aware of that. So what we learned from my parents as well as my cousins, relatives, that experience I had. So that was the thing. But I made, or I inculcate certain good values to them.
Very good, very good. And what do you see the evidence of that? Do you see the evidence of them showing human kindness today?
Yes, of course. They are very kind to the poor people. See, when we used to take them out orphanages and visit to the old people, and we do a lot of social work activities, charity work, and all that. And especially this Christmas time, we buy a lot of blankets and bed sheets, then we
Wow.
carry the car and we go to the streets and people are sleeping under the bridge and all that. We distribute, we make sure, my children and go and give them. So
Wonderful.
that blessing. And even I cook food. Even the Christmas day, I cook food. So then we take all the paper plate and we go and serve to
It's
everyone.
very
So
sweet, very sweet.
what I think, like, we are celebrating, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't have anything and they're staying outside, so with children, so these all qualities imbibe to them, so still they are doing all these things.
Wow. Wow. That's
That hap-
nice. That's a very very unique quality, because I think many parents, they stress a lot of focus on academics, extracurricular activities, having a great health. But this is something which a quality very close to the soul of a human being, to be kind. And that's something very rare in today's generation, because they hardly get to think about it, as they are being lavished with all the luxury of life. They will not think of being kind to somebody. So very unique quality is what I'm hearing from you. That's fantastic. I would like to ask you something else. While you were getting the children upbringing done in the so many years, Lindsay, is there a particular parenting philosophy or approach which you and your husband used as parents for your children?
Yeah, there is no as such philosophy, like, so I told you the philosophy, whatever knowledge we have, that only we are given to them. And all the parents like you and me, like, we are giving the best, okay, the best. And we think about in our childhood, whatever we are not received or we are not enjoyed, we try to give them. But earlier you said the luxury life, the children, no? But in that luxury also, they should learn some qualities, certain values. But even the luxury is not getting, but they have to be happy with what they have, like, be content. Many situation, like, they want something. For example, like, my daughter, she wanted skating, that roller skating wheel,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
then she wanted, that time it costly more than 5,000 and all that. I said, no, you are not going to be like, the smaller way you learn. uh, Many times, we cut down our cost factor because we are not giving that. And same time, education also we are given important. It's needed. Without education, like, education also, I'm not the person like, you have to get 100%. If 100, you have to get 99. No, we are not there. So, like, whatever your effort you put in, the result will come.
Right.
But the thing, the hard work is needed, the perseverance. So that is the things. That was the philosophy behind, like, the parenting we went done. Like, I don't know whether we were successful, but one day, yes, it's success.
Yeah, you can see the results now, right? The way your children are. And that shows that it's a litmus test. What you have done is really paying the results now. And I like that statement which you made, be content with what you have. That is also something which many of the parents today lack in during the parenting. Especially today's women, when they're working, they feel so guilty that whole week you can't give time. And then they lavish all that love on the weekend by taking them to mall, buying them whatever they want. So definitely, if we are able to teach them to be content, they will not have too much of, depression or anything like, failures if they don't get what they want. Everything you can't get in life, there is places where you not succeed, but being
Correct.
content helps them a lot. That's
No,
great.
another thing, one more thing I need to add, like, the
Mhm.
failure you said, even they also, they should experience the failure also in their life. because for them the public exam they got less mark, but that was the stepping stone. That failure was the stepping stone. And I always tell them, like, you set a goal and work hard, then you will achieve. They did it. And I have seen many of the in their life, see those who are like bookworm, we call it bookworm, and scholars and all, in their life, mostly I've seen like, the average student will reach the highest in their life, professional life. Why? Because they have seen the ups and downs. They've seen the not much luxury, but they enjoyed everything, but they reached somewhere. Many
Very good,
examples were.
Can you share one? Can you share one with us? Some examples where you saw your child going through that ups and downs, and how did you as a parent help?
Yeah. See, my son, like, he was in your 12th standard. He got not very high mark and all that, but he did his engineering. But engineer, first year he was struggling, but second year onward, he put his effort and all that. Now he's a PhD holder.
Wow.
And, he's a PhD, and even my daughter is a LLM rank holder.
Oh, cool. That's nice. And you said in the beginning that I don't stress too much on academics, but I'm definitely sure that somewhere that nurturing has encouraged them to study rather than you pushing them.
Exactly. Now, another thing, Trisa, even if I push them, they will not do that. So they understood the need of study.
Very good.
The need of the study, and we didn't give much luxury to them. Even I remember one small incident, like, when we bought a cycle for my son. So my daughter said, "Mommy, you buy and give to them. We will share it." So we didn't buy the separate cycle.
Oh.
So what I said, not much luxury. And another thing, even my children also, they think, oh, if I'm not getting good mark, or if I'm not passing the exam, my mother or my daddy will feel bad. That feeling, they didn't study for us, they didn't study for them, like, that feeling always it was there. My parents will feel bad. Or if they go out, they spend more time with their friends and all that. I don't call them. They have to come on their time. If they, they think about, oh, my mom is waiting, or she feels bad. So that feeling, I think, that was a little greater. So now still also they think my parents will feel bad. So somewhere that connection is there.
That's a beautiful, you said the connection word. That is the main thing. So being a parent coach, when parents come to me and ask me, my child is not disciplined or my child is not studying, I first ask them, what is your connection between your child? And they think, what is that? They are my children, they obey me, but that's not connection. And I think, Lindsay, you beautifully said that thing, because if your child is actually concerned that how my dad and mom will feel, that means they have a heart-to-heart connection with you. And they care that, can I make happy my parents because of my actions? Can I make them proud? And once that connection is set, then we don't need to push them or do anything to them. They will automatically do those actions which will make us happy and proud. So this is a very good insight, I'm sure, for all the parents. Now, don't push them, but just set the connection and leave it. Trust me, they will find their ways to keep you happy and proud. Okay.
And regarding, we have to understand, I cannot compare my children to your children. Our gene is different, the quality is different, and their situation, the environment is different. So we give our best. So then we cannot force them. So give all the facilities to study or nurture their character, all these things. Then it will come. It will come a beautiful flower, like.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. But while you're doing this entire parenting, Lindsay, was there any point where you had a struggle as a mother or as a parent, where you had a challenge and tough time, how to handle this situation, and you came out of it?
Yeah, even the challenge, the study part. My son was little weak in mathematics, but I had taken somebody's help. Even I was sitting with them, then I understood their problem, and even I used to go to the school and ask to the teachers what is the problem, how he's behaving, and what is the problem. So I was behind them, like, what is the problem they are facing. So I'm there always. So the feeling is there. Yeah, my parents are there with me.
Yeah.
So if any situation come, okay, mommy, what is your opinion? Okay, so that feeling is there. For me, someone is there. So she is taking care. That feeling is there.
Yeah, and that's a great thing because generally what I hear is when children come and say, I am having a tough time in mathematics, I can't score, then there's a blame game. Parents will be like, you didn't study well, you didn't focus in the class, you don't go for tuitions,
Correct.
all this thing. And then the child doesn't want to share that problem with their parents. But
Correct.
when you
Correct.
tell them that I am there with you together to solve this problem, I am on your side,
Correct.
not on the opposite
Yeah.
side, that gives them a
Yeah.
comfort. Okay, she's in my team, and let me now find the way
Correct.
to. So that's
And
that's
not
one.
only, yeah, not only Teresa, the education, like, even the emotional, like, breaks down also, like, this adolescent children, like, even I also, with my children, the ups and downs, like, the feelings, the, like, all this time, okay, mommy is there to share everything, like, even my children, they used to share everything. Okay. So even now
How did it
also.
make this happen? This magic, like they used to always come and share. Do you think you did something different in the nurturing?
No, I'm very open to them. And
Okay.
even me as, like, I'm very active in social media and all that. Even socially and culturally, we participate everything. Even I forced to my children, I used to take them for all the function. So they don't have any inhibition to talk anyone, like,
Yeah.
So whatever problem also, like, they come and sit and talk me, oh, that person talked to me like that only, and he treated me like that. So what should I do? I said, okay, ignore it. So now the conversation is happening in between.
You
It's
you
not like
sound
a
like a very
hiding.
you sound like a very cool mom. Like where chalega
Yeah.
bindas, not taking things too
Yes.
seriously. And
Correct.
sometimes that's required also because during adolescence, you said very rightly, Lindsay, that children come with a lot of small things because those small things actually get aggravated in their emotional cycle. They're going through that phase. And if you give too much of emotion concern, then they will flare it up. But if you say
Correct.
that's okay, small thing, just ignore it, they will be able to move on. That's a
Correct.
very
Exactly.
strong way, actually.
They want a friend, like, this is the
Uh,
emotion that hormone changes are happening. So they want someone, and they are talking to their age group people. No, their brain also that much. They cannot give a proper. They cannot give a proper. See, we as
exactly.
parents also went through, and we also same age, and we came back. We know the friend circle, this all experience. No? So we can give the better option. So for that, we have to be little receptive when they are talking all these things. And communication is very important.
Mm.
I know my children are little upset, so I'll ask what happened. Even I'm upset, they also come and ask me. So the
Oh, very nice, very nice. That's a great channel, because and that shows that you have actually kept like a friend and facilitator role rather than a supervisor role. Because many of the parents do that mistake. They are like, okay, what is your
correct.
problem? I'm here to solve. Why are you
Like
upset?
you
I'm here.
people are
But the reverse also is
no,
important.
yeah, like you people are there, no, giving advice. Now, see, lot of facilities are there. No, see, now if I have anything, I can, like, you will give me technical, what to say, technical answer.
Solutions.
Yeah, like, practical knowledge, and people are saying this is my experience. Now you people are learned people, so you have the scientifically proven techniques are there, so that we can
Mm,
apply. So that
correct.
is the
But even though you did not have the right education or skills, you did beautifully in your journey, which I can definitely sense from the talks which I'm having. And I think it is a lesson for all because even if you're not doing a great parenting session, but these are the basic elements. You don't have to complicate things. Just be like a friend and facilitator with your teenager when they're going through the delicate phase of adolescence. Because as you said very rightly, one blind person cannot guide another blind person. So if you're asking that adolescent person is not coming to you as a parent, definitely he's going and asking his friends and colleagues, and they're also in that hormonal imbalance, for the adolescent. And so both of them are trying to find a solution that can
correct,
land up into a doom. So they should be connected
correct,
with the
exactly,
parents
exactly.
so that they can come to the parent for
Yeah,
a solution and we can guide them in a better way. Okay,
correct,
let me
correct,
ask
correct.
you, did it happen that you actually told them take this choose or you guided them when they came for any options or solution?
For education?
Or anything which they have to
No,
decide?
education, when they were choosing their subjects, they only decided.
Very good.
They only decided. But we told them these options are here, like, the opportunities are there. But according to their interest, they selected. Then we support. That's it.
Correct,
We didn't
correct.
force them. You take
Yeah.
maths, you take. we didn't do that.
That's nice. And that is also a good element because guiding them is important, but let's not make choices for them. I've seen some parents when the child is in 8th standard, irrespective of what the child is having interest or not, he's going to be an engineer, she's going to be a doctor. It's already predetermined.
Okay.
And then when the children don't
Correct.
become, the expectations go low and parents feel bad and all that entire chaos. So I think that's a good thing that we should guide our children, show them opportunities, show them all the paths possible, let them make a choice. That's
Correct.
amazing.
Exactly.
As you said in the beginning, you did not emphasize too much on academics, but I would like to understand how did you balance academics, extracurricular activities, personal development? How did you balance these priorities? Can you share some insights on that?
Balance means, see, now this era we have to be like balanced person for everything. Otherwise you will be sidetracked. Okay, so in that case, education, I told you earlier, education, but same time, being an educated person, you have to be a good human being. And the stress is coming, the stress hormone is generating in your body. So then the children nowadays, when I was a student, I never heard about stress, depression, anxiety, and all these. Now the small children also, they know what is anxiety and depression.
True.
This is all new generation situation, mental disease we can call it. So the stress bursting techniques are there, like the games, the play. Like my children, they used to do table tennis and badminton, swimming. These all stress busters.
Correct.
Okay, advanced classes. Otherwise, see, Teresa, nowadays there is no conversation. Okay, there is no, everyone is with mobile or laptop, social media. So the person is sitting somewhere and you are talking. The person sitting next to you, you are not talking.
Very well said.
That is happening. We are not seeing the person is sitting far away and we are continuously talking or sending the messages. So what is the connection? And these children, they think, oh, they will help. The person sitting next to you, that person is going to help you. So that understanding is lacking nowadays. Now, I used to take them for all the extracurricular activities as a stress buster. Okay, so that even the church activity, even the religious people, church activities, and for their other activity, dance class, other activity, they used to participate everything in this all round. Whether they get the prize or not, that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That doesn't matter. Prize once in a while they get. That is all the functions. But for that, no. Now they are performing the mood court. Or when my daughter should get a chance. See, the other thing I always tell my children: grab the opportunity. Grab the opportunity. Class, teacher is selecting who will be the monitor. Grab it. So now you will get lot of chance opportunities to do. So the fear will go, the nervousness will go. So now, of course, now my son is conducting the meetings and daughter is in the class. But now that confidence had her come up. Confidence will not come with a certificate.
Correct. That's true.
Confident with education, it will not. So you have to be confident enough. Even when you have someone maybe you have a lot of ideas, but it is not coming out. So you need that confidence. So that was the I used to make them to balance all these things. So it helped them.
Very good. That's great. Yeah, and you said very well. Even if you have the skills and talent, but if you can't express, what use is that? It is just inside you. So, and if you need to express, then you should have the right confidence and communication skills. And that will get only if you have an exposure. Just with sitting with a book will not help. Right. And that's because I think you have encouraged them also in the right way. You do not say that I want a prize. Just go, participate and come.
Yes.
That is more important rather than price. And that's something which is also a great learning for all parents, because we have this competitive spirit which is already built in our DNA. If you go for something, you have to win. But we can't forget that there's only one first prize or maybe 3 prizes, first, second, third. Everybody will not get prize, but at least that participation, exposure which a child gets, that itself is a big momentum and prize, which is going to be helpful. Yeah, very nice thought. I would like to end the conversation with a question for today's parents, for millennial parents, and who have this Gen Z and Alpha generation, the tough nut to crack. What is your particular advice for that, Lindsay?
There is no advice, Teresa. It's like your situation is different, my situation is different, the environment is different. But after all, you are children. Okay, you are creating the children of the new next generation. The generation is yours. So you are teaching the good values to your children. And you are teaching a culture. Culture is very important. Education you will get it from the school or college, but the culture you will not get it. You can pay the money, you can study, you will get the certificate. From where you will get the culture. Okay,
Right.
so we know the elders are there. We stand up. We respect the this is called the culture. So what I suggest this see nowadays children, they don't give much respect to the elders. Okay, they are self people. They think about I am alone, self. Every time the selfishness. They don't know to share the things, But these all qualities the parents they have to teach their children, little bit more kindness to the people. Be like a good human being. These are my advices to the new generation parents.
Very well said. And yeah, that's something unique advice I've got from all the podcasts so far. That you can get education, you can get extracurricular activities. All this can be done very easily. They'll get, but something which only the parents can teach them is culture and values. And if that is ingrained in the early stage of their life, they will carry it throughout their life. So that's something which only the parents can do. Nobody else can replicate that. Maybe the schools can try to certain extent, but definitely not to the extent which parents can help. So this is a great insight, and with this we would like to wind up. I thank you once again, Lindsay, for coming to this platform and sharing great insights. And I would request all the parents who are listening to this, please do get inspiration from all these ideas and see how you can improve your parenting. And do subscribe our channel, because we have every Saturday new parents coming and sharing their insights so that you can learn something beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Risa.